all right, this is the overall consensus of the trip. Certain tips or other things that I may have for you or anybody else that wants to drive cross country or for long distances. If possible, don't get a California or Nevada license plate because they will pull you over in places like Arkansas, Oklahoma, possibly Texas. Even if you're using cruise control, the reason why is in those highways, especially the 40, aka Route 66, there are 2 lanes. So the trailers go 70, that's their speed limit. Everybody else is 75. Everybody has to stick to the right lane unless to pass. So if the people in front of you are going slower, aka the trucks, you have to pass them up. Pum. So as soon as you pass them up, they're gonna blurp you. They say that you have to, your blinker has to be on for 100 feet in order for you to switch lanes. Now, little do they know that 100 feet going at 75 miles an hour, you pass in 10/11ths of a second, aka less than a second or a second. If it takes me a second to do that, that's 1 or 2 clicks. And if I'm going and I look in my rear view mirror and I see you pull out way back there, how do you know 100 feet from 40, 50 yards away? You don't, is what I'm getting at. So anyway, that's a way for them to pull you over. So once they do, you're from California, or where are you from? Are you bringing anything over? Blah, blah, blah. You know, they may be cool enough to not give you a ticket. They're just trying to see if you're getting nervous or if you're trying to bring anything over, which I understand they're doing their job or whatever. But I mean, you know, they had me nervous for no reason. Prior to some PTSD. Anyway, so that, boom. Make sure your tires are good. Make sure your tires are have a good amount of tread on it because there are a lot of potholes. Some of the roads are garbage. So some of the highways in some of these cities aren't that good. So be careful. Potholes are vicious out there, and when there's only 2 lanes, sometimes there's not even space for anything else. It's just one space. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Don't speed, especially not in Oklahoma or Arkansas. And you think I'm playing. Try it if you want to. They will follow you and they will pull you over. They will. When you're going up the 40, when you're going east, you see a bunch of them waiting in between the 2 highways. They wait. And as soon as they're like, it seems like they're just like, you know what? Let me see this guy. And they go. That's what it seems like. Because they follow you for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, just to see if you're going to mess up. If you're going to mess up, they're on you. Even if you don't mess up, they're pulling you over. So they're pulling you over. Anyway. I don't give them no problems, man. I'm not going to sit there and be like, no, you can't. Go ahead, hurry up and search, please, so I can get on my merry way. I don't have anything wrong. Here's my insurance. Here's my license. I don't have any warrants. Hurry up and search. Please be careful for my things, and let's get the show on the road, bud. I'm not bringing anything over. I'm too scared to. I don't want to go to jail. I'm cool on that. Let's see. What else? There's a lot of brick. The further east you go is a lot of brick. Oh, in between Nevada and Arizona, there's like in between Nevada and Arizona, there's like a bunch of land that just has what looks like a bunch of homesteaders. It looks like they're just random RVs or lean-tos, or, you know, like they're made out of plywood and stuff. I thought that was a little odd. I kind of wanted to go check it out, but I don't know. It might have been some Hills Have Eyes stuff, and I didn't want to be a part of that. Anyway, so going east, boom. I passed through, what is that, Arizona, New Mexico. New Mexico is a lot of native land. A lot of trading posts, they call it. It says, you know, Indian or Native American trinkets and moccasins and whatnot. They have some casinos, Route 66 things. I don't know if it's in New Mexico, it might be. You get to see the crater. I didn't want to pay $30 to see the crater. I was kind of in a rush. So there's that. Boom. I just kept going to one of the videos, a couple of them. I don't know. Maybe I'll link it up or something right here. Anyway, let's see. Arizona and New Mexico are big for no reason. It's just a whole lot of dirt land, dirt mountains, but dirt. Some flat land. Then they have, you know, if it's at nighttime, you see all the red lights from the turbines. It looks crazy. It looks crazy, especially when it's all dark and then you're tired and then you're just going and it's just red lights. Voo, voo, voo. Man, it gets crazy. And they get snow too, so watch out for that. The icy roads, the black ice, you know, it gets hectic and you don't want to be a part of that because there's, you know, semis and stuff. And they may be going to sleep too. Who knows if it's at nighttime. Anyway, let's see. And I think, and then I passed a little bit of Texas. I passed through the top, through Amarillo, Texas. As soon as I crossed Texas state line, immediately there was the Rangers or whatever they're called, their highway patrol. Immediately right there, boom. Like, we're here, try it if you want to. Boom. Everybody has trucks, everyone, or SUVs. I've never seen so many trucks and SUVs in my life. And I've been to a couple car lots. It was wild. And gas is $2.50 or ish. The average is $2.50. Might be $2.70 something. Might be $2.30 something. But it's about $2.50 average. And over here in Las Vegas right now, it's $4 or maybe barely under that. But yeah, anything east of New Mexico, I think even some in New Mexico might have been $2.50, depending on how deep in the native land you were. But I mean, $20 filled up half the tank in that little car. So I was gone. I was doing a lot of driving for not too much money. I was excited about that, man. Anyway, I passed Amarillo, Texas. I passed all that, boom. And then I hit Oklahoma. I hit Oklahoma. I was cool through Oklahoma for a little while. And by the way, in Oklahoma, there's this, like, I don't want to say it's a factory. When you're going east, okay, what it looks like one of two things. I could be wrong on both sides, but it looks like either it's creating clouds, because when you look at it, it's just a whole bunch of what looks like clouds coming out of it. Could be steam, it could be a pollution. So if it's pollution, then it is severely polluting the surrounding area because so much goes in the air. And then if it's cloudy already, then it gets absorbed in these clouds, and then as soon as it gets heavy enough to go down, which isn't too far off, it rains down on the wildlife or on the crops or on everything else, and that's kind of odd. So I'm hoping it's them creating clouds. Now, if they are creating clouds, then they are, obviously doing so for a reason. But anyway, let's continue on. Passing Oklahoma. Soon as I got out of Oklahoma, boom, got pulled over. Yeah, the video to that's somewhere right here. Got pulled over. I stopped. I was gonna make a video. A security guard told me I couldn't, so I stopped, made video, and then I left. So this is Oklahoma's basically border touching Arkansas. As soon as I got into Arkansas, like I said, there were a bunch on the highway, so they, were waiting. Boom, and not to say they were waiting for me, but it looks like that there's something that they like to do when they don't have anything else to do. So that's probably their job, try to bust somebody, and that's cool. As soon as he saw me, boom, I drove, bing, I hit the little curve, and then there's a rest stop right behind the curve. So I hit the rest stop, boom. He didn't hit his light, so I mean, I didn't need to pull over, but I knew he was following me. I pull in there, and I park, I get out, and he pulls in there, boom, slowly, and then leaves. He leaves. I go to sit down at one of the tables after I use the restroom, and I look over and I see him right around the corner. So he's right around the corner, boom. I look over, there's another highway patrol pulling somebody over. So I'm sitting down, I'm grabbing my DJI out of the car, boom. The Osmo Pocket 3, I'm grabbing that out the car, setting up the microphone and stuff. I'm about to sit down on the table and set it out. I don't know, I think I forgot something. I think I forgot the tripod. So I'm going to go back to get the tripod. And then the highway patrol that had the guy pulled over right there, he pulls up by me and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I'm like, "What do you mean what's going on?" And then, he starts questioning me. I have videos right here too. He gets to questioning me and asks me if I'm an influencer, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so he basically leaves after a couple of minutes of asking me a lot of questions unnecessarily, and I didn't want to, I didn't want no problems, so I answered all of his questions. So I sit down, I make the video. That's here too. Talking about right after that, you see my adrenaline going on or whatever. Anyway, I was still looking nervous and stuff. A little bit maybe. So, and I'm still seeing him, and it takes him like 20, 30 minutes to leave. He leaves. I get back in the car. I go. He's right around the other corner. So he sees me around the other corner. He gets behind me. He probably follows me for like 10 minutes, maybe 15, and I have it on cruise control. So, I mean, I'm not switching any lanes. I'm not committing any infractions. So it seems like he backs up and leaves. Boom. And then, like less than a minute later, I want to say, it's almost like he said, "You know what? I'm gonna go see anyway." So he pulls up on me, gets behind me for like another 10 minutes, and then he pulls me over. And then he says, "I saw you change lanes back there," which I didn't change any lanes. But I told you guys earlier about that lane changing thing that they try to do, and that's how they get people to stop, which seems wrong, but whatever. They do that, boom. Again, he asked me a bunch of questions, and I tell him, I don't know if you were in contact with the other one, but I was just talking to him, and he asked me basically the same questions as you're asking me right now. I don't know if you guys spoke to each other or not, but anyway. So, boom. I keep driving through Arkansas. The rest of Arkansas was cool till nighttime. Nighttime, again, the same thing happened. The one dude sees me kind of pass somebody, boom, he goes, and he pulls me over for the 100 feet thing. Then he's like, and then you were too close to the semi, and then you kind of cut him off, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I didn't get a ticket at all. They said that none of those, they didn't want to give me a ticket, I guess, which is okay. I'm sure, like I said, they were probably trying to see if I was going to get nervous or if I had anything, which I didn't. So cool. Boom. I passed Arkansas. They have a lot of land, and like I said, there's a lot of brick too. And the further east you go, the more brick that there is, with big buildings, colleges, and things like that. I got the Vanderbilt sweats, the Vandy. I bought it from Vandy, from their bookstore. Their college is huge. This one guy told me about the Rothschilds building that the Rothschild, it's some lady, and she is their lawyer or some sort of social media lawyer or something along those lines of a legal person of some kind, high ranking up there in this company. And she invested in this building, and that's why it's called the Rothschilds College or something like that. I have a picture of it. I might pull it up right here. And it's huge. This property of this Vanderbilt is huge. I don't know, blocks and blocks. Huge. I've never seen anything like it. I'm from Las Vegas. We don't really have stuff like that. Nashville's nice. The streets are odd because sometimes there's only 2 lanes, and then they have to turn left, and there's no dedicated left lane, left turning lane, so it's the left lane, so you have to go around. And same thing with the right lane. And sometimes people park on the right lane, which is also crazy to me. Broadway is a row of bars with live music, aka a band playing very loudly somewhere in there. Very loudly. So if you have auditory problems or issues, sensitive ears, don't go. And they're strip prices. They're basically like going to some of these bars down here in Las Vegas on the strip is the kind of prices that you're gonna pay. 14 for a mixed drink and whatnot, blah, 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 which I thought was kind of crazy. But it's just bars. There's no gaming, no nothing. There's people maybe dancing. It may be like a club of some kind where people, like I said, dance to country music or whatever. But that's about it there. It looks like that city blew up too fast for the infrastructure that's there. Some of the bridges look a little janky. Some of the bridges look like they've seen better days. Some of the buildings, like I said, they're brick. They may have seen better days. But overall, it was nice. People were nice. It was cool. And the drive back was a little icy. The drive back, the odd thing about that was I saw a lot less cops on the road, not necessarily saying there wasn't any, but it seems like they want to catch you going in to Oklahoma and Arkansas. They ain't nothing coming from Arkansas or Oklahoma that they're worried about because nothing's legal. So, what are you bringing out? Who cares what you're taking out of here? Some fruit? Or a brick? Some music. Anyway, what else? Gas to and from. Like I said, gas was super cheap out there. In Little Rock, it was like $2.50, maybe even a little less a gallon, which is wild to me. But who wants to live in Little Rock though? Nice houses I've seen, they had a lot of cool stuff, but All in all, it was a fun trip. It was cool. Take a sleeping bag if you can. If it's cold, if it's gonna be cold somewhere along the way, take a sleeping bag, man, just in case you have to go to sleep. And the ones that are rated for like 10 degrees, 20 degrees, I want to say 10 degrees because some places get close to 20 degrees and you don't want to be sitting there like, ugh. You want to be able to get up in there, breathe hard in it a couple times, and then you cool. It's gonna warm you right on up, man. Eat. Eat some food. Don't just think that you're gonna be driving through just off of coffee and energy drinks, man. You gotta eat some food or else you're gonna get tired. And you don't want to get tired on the road because as soon as you start dozing off, just pull over. Not necessarily on the side of the road, but the next stop. The next stop, just pull over, lock the doors, and and just sleep for a second. Excuse me. So there's that. Don't try to wear yourself out, man. Don't try to do no rush. This ain't a cannonball run. This ain't no race. This ain't none of that, man. You got to be safe the whole time, man. And have fun, man. I hope. Cheers to everybody, man. Drinking some water. Just hope everybody has a good day, man. If y'all watch this, if y'all watch the whole thing, even if y'all watch half of it, man, hit that like, subscribe button, man.